From the theory of relativity to winning a Nobel Peace Prize, Albert Einstein is one of the most accomplished scientists of the 20th century. Now, a new series is taking on his amazing life story, and the role was so big they needed two men to play him. That dynamic duo joins us this morning, Academy Award winner Geoffrey Rush and actor Johnny Flynn with a preview of Genius. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Hi, Jada. Thank you.
Now, you both play Einstein in different periods of his life. How did that collaboration work?
Well, you know, Einstein had a daunting IQ of 160. That's like about 0.01 of the population. Yeah. I think I've got an IQ of about 80, which is just one level above moron, and he's got one of about 80.
79 maybe, if I'm lucky, on a good day.
So we needed, you're right, we needed, well, because the series covers his life from teenage years right up until his death when he was in his 70s. So all the great prosthetics in the world, or filling in my folds of my face, would never make me look anything under 45.
Now, with the
lucky for me,
with the vast amount of life experiences in between your time periods, was it actually like playing two different people entirely?
Yeah, pretty much. We got together on Skype before we got to meet up physically in London and then the shooting in Prague, and just talked about exactly those things. I said, you know, when I'm looking at photos of me in my teens or my 20s, I'm looking at a kind of completely different person, so that we didn't get too bogged down in just looking at the historically accurate photographs and going, well, we've got to do some sort of slick mimicry. It was more finding, Johnny came up with this idea of seeing him like a punk rocker because he was such a rebellious person in his youth. And I said, yeah, I was, when I'm reading the scripts, thinking of him as some kind of bohemian poet. So we don't just get locked into the idea that he was exclusively a scientist. You know, it was a way of finding some, you know, some of the newsreel footage. He's very amusing. It's like looking at Harpo Marx. There's a clown-like quality there that's really quite engaging. So that was a good door to open.
Johnny, what was it like working with Geoffrey?
It was great. I mean, I have to thank him for being very generous in you know, as he said, we first got in touch and he said, you know, because he in the movie Shine that he did, he shared a character with the younger actor, and he shared some of the techniques that they used to kind of get into that together. And so for me, it was this wonderfully kind of collaborative thing with Geoffrey and with the whole team, with Ron and the writers, and in discovering who this person was before he became famous. And I think that's the split in the two periods that we play him. You know, I have him before he's well known, and Geoffrey is this kind of the celebrity Einstein, and moving to America, and also I have him in his first marriage, and which was quite a tragic situation. It starts, you know, with these amazing, you know, high hopes of this very passionate love affair that breaks down through tragic circumstances, and then Geoffrey in a very different type of marriage, in his second marriage. So they are kind of these two epochs in his life.
Yeah.
And the photographs of the young Einstein, he's such a sort of plain, rather not attractive person.
Well, I can't wait to watch it.
You see when he gets older, he becomes more charming and really like a lady killer. And do you know what I mean?
Knows how to wear his hair.
Yeah.
A lot of parallels there with you guys. Thank you so much. Genius premieres on April 25th on the National Geographic Channel.